the 70s. It was legit the golden era for most people, as not only it was the uprising of the disco era, legendary rock, and the start of the digital age in cinema, it was the generation of cheap living. Petrol was around 9 cents a litre. An average house in Brisbane was only roughly $13,000. And the first ever Macca's just opened up in Sydney with 20-cent Big Macs.
We'll get a shine on the floor, we'll even polish the floor. We serve it up with a smile, yeah we do it in style. Celebrate today, so come on in the McDonald's way.
Also, it was the kickstart to the caravan boom. With only a handful of manufacturers, caravans were cheap, basic and economical holidays. And because they were so minimal and super lightweight, you could tow them with basically anything with 4 wheels and an engine. No GVMs, no GCMs, no electric brakes, and not an air hitch in sight. But these days, well, everything's changed. Caravans are big, heavy, and well, really expensive. Mainly because they're loaded up with airbags, self-leveling, dishwashers, huge flat screen TVs, and power banks that could light up a small town. But it's not just the caravans that are big. The tow vehicles have grown in size too. And if you combine them all together, well, you've got something that weighs and is the same price as a waterfront apartment on the Gold Coast. And most of you know we've done the caravan travel thing, and look, it was bloody great, and our seamlessly modest off-grid setup worked pretty damn well. But unfortunately, those times are now come and gone. But this is the extent of what this caravan does now. Basically sits on the side of the shed as a shed ornament. It doesn't do any off-gridding and what it was intended to be built for, and that was sitting on a beach, seeing Australia, but now it just basically sits here. So I think what we should do is actually look at changing this thing out, because it's not doing itself justice, and go back to something simpler. So what I'm thinking is something basic, something less complicated, and more of a weekend warrior thing, because most of the time it's just going to be doing this. But as I do some research, this is going to be a lot harder than it looks. And that's because there is now over 200 caravan and camper manufacturers. And even if you sift through, filter through and find exactly what you want, they seem still pretty expensive. But what other options do you actually have? Well, welcome to the salvage auctions. This is where insurance companies write off an item after they have an accident to be auctioned off to the highest bidder or punter. And this is where we're going to try our luck to see if we can win our next caravan sight unseen. Yep, we're going to throw down some money before we even get to see it.
Come on, 26 grand. Oh my God, my nerves. Far out. Call it! Call it! Shut up, mate. Just
Selling at 50,500.
yes!
We won it! Did we get it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, highest bidder.
Oh, far out. Alright, you scared the shit out of me.
Yes, we just spent $40,500 on a caravan we haven't even seen yet. But we have another issue to deal with first. The caravan that we actually bought is 2,000 kilometers away, and what we're trying to organise right now, because you got on a limited time once you actually buy the bloody thing, to go pick it up because you get charged storage fees. So what we're trying to organise is try to get down there and pick it up, because we got special privilege to actually go collect this thing and try to drive it back up on a permit. And after we got the A-OK, we set off at 2 a.m. in the morning to see what we bought. But you're probably thinking, hey Ron, why didn't you just get it transported up? But it all comes down to money and dollars and cents and stuff like that. So we thought we'd jump in the car, burn a bit of fuel, go pick it up and bring it back up. But I'm definitely regretting that right now. Have freckles. And that's because we had hundreds and hundreds of kilometers in front of us. And we wanted to see if we could get down there, collect the caravan, and get back to the sunny coast all in one day. But the first thing we had to do was go get the permit, which actually turned out to be pretty easy. Yeah, it's actually working out pretty well. Let's say 200 bucks on fuel and 27 bucks so far. So, and a hell of a lot of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Next stop was the auction house. All right, here's the lowdown. So, same again. We're not allowed to film inside of here. We're not allowed to show any of the contents of vehicles or anything like that. So, yeah, it makes it really difficult. But now we've probably got, I can safely say, we've got a little bit of time to actually repair the repairs before we can actually drive back. But with Steph doing the little sneaky, she managed to film this little bit showing the DO35 hitch bent and mangled from the accident, which did take a few hours fluffing around till we could actually find a replacement, which was this Alco 50mm hitch we got off a statutory write-off van, which we'll do for now. So now, running a few hours behind, we hitched up and started the huge trek back north to the sunny coast. And it wasn't until 11:03 p.m. we rolled back into the shed, and yeah, we were shagged. But it didn't dampen our enthusiasm to start this project the next morning. All right, ladies and gents, this is what 21 hours on the road gets us. This is our new Caravan rescue and rebuild and restore project. And yeah, what do you guys think so far? It's yeah, it's a long time coming. We've been on a hunt for a caravan for so bloody long, and now she's standing right here in front of me. Look, at the auctions, they're just going for mega bucks, almost like 80% of actual retail, and we just couldn't pull the pin because it's every time you buy something like this, or the cars, the Patrol, the FTO, or anything else, it's just a massive risk. You just don't know. And that goes for the same as this build here. We just didn't know, and I'm going to take you through what actually happened, the damage on this, and yeah, what's inside. But first of all, some facts. What is this bloody van? Well, it's a 2023 Leader Gold LE, and it's 21.6 feet long, and it is a semi-off-road version. It's not the dirt version, it's a semi-off-road. And these things retail brand new for about $90,000 to $93,000, which we didn't pay anywhere near that. But as you know us, we always buy something that's a little bit worse for wear or been in some sort of accident of some sort, and this is no different. With what we can figure out, it's been in jackknife situation, I think. And if you don't know what a jackknife is, it's something like this. So basically, jackknifing occurs only when you lose control of your tow item. After it starts to sway uncontrollably to the point of no return, it will eventually come around onto itself. And then you'll end up sort of like this.
Hit me, baby, one more time!
And I think this is what has happened right here. So this is evidence of it jackknifing around, and she's yeah, she's made a little bit of damage through here, all the way down the side. So yeah, it's we've got some replacing of panels and stuff like that, which we have never done before. Like, I stress that enough. We've never tackled anything like this ever before. But what we were worried about was being in a jackknife situation was the drawbar. Was it straight? Was it bent? We didn't really know, because this van was actually a non-wobber as well. So this has a clean title and a clean record. So it didn't really state exactly the extent of the actual damage, and we found that as soon as we went to pick it up. We had heaps of fun. The hitch was busted. I did some janky sort of wiring sort of thing on the loom as well, because all of this was broken through, so I had to do that with the minimum tools that we took. And that's a tip for next time. We're taking a lot of tools if we ever do this again. But I did a good job.
You did.
All the lights worked. It all, like all the braking was working, so we done all right.
Van. It's a new van essentially.
Yeah, but she was severed right through there. She was. So I had to, you know.
You did good.
She doesn't give me much credit, guys.
You did good. You did good.
But yeah, as you can see here, we've got a couple of bonuses on here. So what we figured out, these bikes are about 2.5 to 3 grand's worth. Plus, we've got a Grip Sport bike rack, which, you know, they're not cheap. They're about this price right here. So yeah, that's also a bonus as well. But as you can see, the damage is done. I just fixed that. There you go. One piece down, boom. But yeah, most of the extent of the damage come to this corner here, which you can see the membrane, the wood, and how they're screwed together, plus the bucket loads of Sikaflex absolutely everywhere. So we got to do this, I don't know what this mold's called, it's U-mold, where this rubber bit goes in, so that goes all the way up in there, so we're going to have to unpick all that. Basically, we've got to get this mold off, new hatch as well, so yeah, we've got a bit to order, Freckles. We've got, plus actually do the work, like I said, never done it before. But luckily, the awning survived, except for a leg, which, I don't know where the other bit of the leg
It's
was.
inside. I think it's inside.
Inside, is it? Oh, okay. So we're missing a bit of leg, but hopefully we can just order this leg, unbolt it here, and actually get this one on, boom, boom, and that's done. So, but we'll get to inside soon, but yeah, the door, it's, you know, that's an easy replace, hopefully. Oh, look at that, it stayed on, but I'm lucky we actually could lock that. That could have come off down the highway. But the rest of the Caravan actually looked pretty good, almost new in fact, and it was exactly what we were after. Basic, simple, and lightweight. Well, as lightweight as new Caravans get these days, but you know what I mean. But there was something strange about this van, something that we couldn't wrap our heads around. The fact that the previous owner abandoned all their personal items was just kind of strange. Fishing rod toolboxes, yeah, get excited. Oh my God, we've got tools everywhere.
Awesome.
They're all brand new. Yep. Socket set over there. We've got a diesel heater.
We're both like.
We've got a diesel heater and a table. Yeah, this is going to need a thorough clean out, I think. But because usually after an accident, at some point the insurance company will let you collect your personal effects. But that wasn't the case with this van. And it wasn't until we got inside how much stuff was actually left behind. Try not to step on anything. We should have a hazmat suit and some gloves, I reckon. So we just don't know. And it smells funk, like real bad.
I just found something super.
Revealing?
Ooh, I don't want to touch it just in case.
What is that? What the hell is that? What?
That better not be a dildo.
Oh, that is, mate. What is that? No.
It's like a
Whoever owned this thing, you're naughty, naughty people.
I think it's a bottle opener. Don't touch it.
Did you just touch that? Go wash your hands.
No, I touch it.
Go wash your hands.
Touch it. I use that. Seriously, I feel dirty already just standing here.
Oh, gross. Yeah, there we go. Free firewood. We've got a Weber. We haven't even got a barbecue, so that's not too bad. We've got some grass matting. We've got cupboards and everything everywhere, but I think this accident has happened and then they just had to hand it into the insurance company because we've got food and stuff everywhere. It looks like, yeah, we got stuff. Oh, that reminds.
The toilet.
No. Oh yeah, the toilet as well. But all fun and games aside, we were still super confused of why this stuff was left here. That was until one of you guys sent in a link which revealed the sad and confronting truth of why and how this van ended up in the salvage auctions.
Some news just in. 2 people have been killed and a family of 4 is in hospital after a collision on the M1 near Nabiac, south of Taree. A Nissan SUV and Toyota Land Cruiser towing a Caravan crashed, causing the SUV to veer into a prime mover just before 10 this morning.
Yeah, we were shocked was an understatement. And to everyone that was involved in this terrible accident, I do hope you have a full recovery from the injuries and what would have been a very very traumatic time for you guys. But now that does explain why everything was abandoned and left behind. Even though this van fared out pretty well considering the accident, it still would have been a part of the investigation of why it happened, to the point where even the fridge contents wasn't removed. That's all the
leak somewhere down there.
That's all the juices out of the fridge. Yuck! Oh, that is gross, Mo. Quick one, quick. All right,
No.
I'm gonna do a quick one. Ready?
You're standing there right now.
All right.
Like, don't open the freezer.
Oh, we got ice cream. She wouldn't be ice cream anymore. Yeah, so this contents, if you can call it that now, of the fridge was living, growing and discreting a smell that our nostrils have never had the pleasure of smelling before. It was disgusting. So yeah, we'll have to do something about that as well. But we'll come back to it as we move back outside. But one thing on the outside of the Caravan that I have noticed compared to our Wonderland is actually the sealing job. So you can tell, like, just around the hatches, there's probably sealing inside, but you know, just an extra little bit, which I'm gonna do on this van, I think myself, is just go around and reseal everything, because we just don't want that issue of water egress going in and stuff like that, which destroys these vans, especially these wooden, not aluminium framed vans. They just weep in and stuff like that. So I'm going to cover this area up so we don't get any weeping. So while I started dissecting the outside and combing through and getting a parts list going, Freckles started the inside, first organising all the clothes and random bits everywhere, then getting on to the big one, emptying this fridge. Armed with a bit of PPE gear, there was definitely no easy way to do this one.
Oh my fucking god. Oh.
Was that freaking chicken breast? Was that chicken breast? That was, man, what was that? That was moving. Just spin it though. Oh no. I can't.
Can you go?
No, I'm not. There's only one pair of gloves. No, we're burning this Caravan. But Freckles, God bless her cotton socks, pressed on to clean up the interior and this rancid, bloody, disgusting, putrid smelling fridge. To the point where this thing looks absolutely brand new once again. Well, the inside anyway. But now it looks like this. Come inside. Look at that. Look how fresh it looks. It actually looks like a brand new van.
A lot of this stuff hasn't even been, like,
Yeah.
you still got film on it.
Protection
like, even
plastic.
The microwave's got film on it.
I don't reckon the microwave's ever been used, but what we've gone through, we haven't got much damage to the areas. Like there was a couple of cupboards damaged. We've got to repair this one here because it's taken the biggest fall from the top and stuff like that. But even around like the actual skirting and stuff isn't actually damaged. Look at that, nice and fresh, everything's done. But the main thing was the fridge. Well, it's the fridge, and look at that. She's smelling nice. Seppi's got some incense going, but we're having a problem with it firing up. So we've got to get through that, which is, it turns on, there's no error codes or anything like that. It just doesn't go cold. So 12 volt Dometic fridge, if you had that problem, throw a comment below so we know exactly what we're going to be looking for to try to fix that one. Now this is looking like a brand new van inside. We've got to do the same thing on the outside. And the only way we're going to make the outside as good as the inside is, yep, new parts. And of course the checker plate and a couple of little plastic bits as well. So these are almost all the parts to actually put this thing together, because old AA Ron had a bit of a fumble with one of the auto bits. So basically this hatch on this side is a little bit more girthy than this hatch on this side. So yeah, I stuffed up.
Not
But
the back order
Yeah, so I had to go back and swap that one and get one on back order. So who knows when that one's going to turn up. But coming back to repairs, so what we got planned here now is to strip everything off this and get it back to building it back up again. So the checker plate off, everything off, doors off, trims off. So me and you, Frecky, have got to get all our dirty gear on. Dirty gear. And with so many areas to start, I think we should start at one of the most expensive parts, the awning. And what it looks like to only be a damaged leg and a few brackets, it looks like we actually got off pretty light. Well, that's what I thought anyway. So the first step is to support this top beam so we can get this top nut undone without gravity rearing its ugly head. But that's not what I should have been worried about, because I forgot something. This thing's about to unravel. Oh, we made us complete stuff up. And that stuff up was I forgot the awning was under tension, because inside of the barrels of these awnings are these heavy duty springs, as you can see right here. And they help assist to roll the awning in and out. And since I've undone the leverage point, the whole awning wanted to unwind itself. Not good. So I had to think quick. So I jammed a couple of screwdrivers in the bolt holes and then held the pressure back with a rope to the bike rack at the front and the battery box on the other side. Whew. Next problem. Next up, we got the rest of the awning bracket off. And then the remains of the lower bracket, which was held on by 2 screws and a bit of Sikaflex. And as you can see here, it goes without saying that these things took quite a bit of the hit. Yeah, they're definitely not straight anymore. Now with the awning and the bracket out of the way, I went all lumberjack on the remaining of the front hatch, with the weapon of choice, this blunt little tomahawk. And bit by bit, it started to break away. Then I moved on to the inner skin, which I just pried away bit by bit with this chisel, and the harder and stubborn bits, I added the assistance of this rubber mallet, which now gives us access to the first piece of checker plate that can come off, to see how bad the damage is or if there's any hidden damage behind it. But speaking of damage, this push in right here is a lot deeper than I thought it was. So hopefully once we get this checker plate bit off, we haven't got frame damage. And the only way to inspect that frame damage is get behind this checker plate. So first up, we had to remove this lower J mold, which is held on by wood screws and Sikaflex, and then have a multitude of tools to help work off the checker plate. And again, held on by screws in the corners and a lot of Sikaflex. All right, we got some good news and some bad news. Good news is it come off and we got to save this mold without pulling it off and everything like that. And the wood structure is actually really good. Where I thought it was dented in, it hit the foam. What a win. That is a win. But bad news is our worst fears. Basically, moisture has gotten in, and you can see all this. These are black mold spores already turning up and stuff like that. Not sure if it was caused by the accident or the accident was in the rain or anything like that and it's gotten in. But yeah, this is the start. This is what happens when moisture creeps in and stuff like that. But there is products that I know of that you can actually get to stop, I think, the wood spores from breaching and growing and stuff like that. Plus we're airing it out while this is off. So hopefully they subside and we can get rid of them before we get to the stage of putting it back on. But that's one panel off. Moving on to the next. And if you are enjoying this channel, make sure you subscribe because it's 100% free and that way you don't miss out on any future builds. But as you can see, we're tackling this picnic table next. And you guessed it, large amounts of Sikaflex. Oh my God, look at the Sikaflex. And a whole heap of wood screws. Then with a bit of a chisel, I managed to break the seal and the picnic table was off. Now it was just rinse and repeat on these back checker plate panels, same as the front. But this back panel was definitely up for a fight. I reckon they've used 90% of the budget of silicone just on this one panel. Like, it is that tough to get off. It's just rows and rows and rows of pretty much the same as that on the inside. It is crazy when you don't get much silicone up there, and then well, it's like 40 kilos right here. Far out. But persistence is key, and my patience was finally rewarded. I won, sort of, because I've also stuffed up. As you can see there, that drip roll mold goes down and up. It's actually slipped out of the line of this freaking panel, and it's actually bowed out just there as well. Like, there's some sort of weird stapling sort of thing going up. I don't know if you can see. And it's weird, they use like cupboarding sort of thing and vinyl and everything else to put this thing together, but what I'm worried about is not damaging this bit here, so I can get that mold up above there, so you can see where the line is, where it's supposed to be, and it's dripped down. And we're going so well. Hopefully I can get this back without damaging, because I don't want to replace all this panel at all. That'd be worst case scenario. So wish me luck, guys. It's going to be a bit of faffing around. But we'll have to leave that one and come back to it later, as I pushed through and ripped off the front damaged door, which is now perfectly timed to do a little bit of an upgrade. That door over there is a Kamiq model, so as you can see by the little logo here, she's a Kamiq. But we're doing some upgrades. We've gone an Aussie Traveller upgraded security 3-latch door thingy. So we're hoping this door fits in that hole, but we're only going to find out by giving it a test fit. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, it is. Oh, where's Freckles? Oh, no, going solo. Yeah, I think we made the right choice, if it fits, that is. And that was the question that needed the answer. Was this door going to fit? Because, well, it was pretty expensive and we didn't have a backup if it didn't actually fit. So first thing I do is try and fit the outer frame first. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, come on. And well, yeah, it didn't actually fit. Solution? Yeah, we're gonna take matters into our own hands. Bit of a equipment malfunction, I think. It's only good now.
The moment of truth. Did you cut it too big?
We just made a big hole bigger.
Don't break it.
I just need some persuasion.
Yeah, I'll hold my foot on this bit.
Oh, there's a bit of a glue blob. Oh, my...
Put your finger in there.
That hurt just a little bit.
You're like the clumsiest person I know.
But I'll make it work, look at that!
You should,
Woohoo!
you should see all the blood stains all over the floor from Aaron yesterday.
Yeah! Not yeah to the blood, but yeah to that! Oh, that's a win. That is a capital W, that is a win.
No, a win would have been if it fit first go.
That is a substitute, so an S win. Substitute win. And with that little win under the belt, it was time to move on to make this door permanent with mounting and fixating it to the frame. And then hinging the door right into place. And to our surprise, everything worked perfectly. With the winning streak still continuing, it was time to try to make this Caravan look whole again. So I think the checker plate paneling needs to get sorted next. So out comes the mechanic's favorite tool, and I go ham on these old panels to beat them back into shape and to use them as templates to cut the new panels. And while the hammer was out, we end up tidying up the edges and that little stuff up towards the back I did as well. Next, well, it's, yeah, you probably guessed it, it's time to cut. and then give it its first test fit up. And with Freckles' approval,
No, it's pretty good actually.
the winning streak continues. Oh, finally, we're making a bit of progress. And look, they're not 100%, but look, I've got to shave a couple of bits down so they actually fit. See a little overhanging bit there, and shave that down. But you know, an orbital sander will get that one down, and this little corner bit here overhangs a little bit, but I think I'm being too much of a perfectionist to actually worry about that. But yeah, see, they're down there as well a little bit. Oh, I think I overcut that, but you know, we'll get to that. I don't know if it's actually pushed up in there, but now to move factually forward, we actually got to take a couple of steps back, and we've got to take this door off, which will be 1, 2, 3, boom, there she is, and that is the door off. Now we get to actually see if this one fits up, and then go through the tedious stuff of actually trimming all these down and getting them ready to stick a flex back on. Hey chicken, hey chicken. So with a little bit of grinding to shave all those edges down, a couple of squirts of Sikaflex, and refitting the door, trims, hatches and picnic table, the outside of this van started to really look like a new van once again. But look what we've done, guys, look what we've done. We've done the picnic table, all the trims on there. The final Sikaflex hasn't been finished yet. The door's fully operational, all bolted in. The final Sikaflex hasn't gone in as well, but oh, it's absolutely awesome. And the hatch turned up, the hatch. But old OCD hasn't picked up on this. This has got some black there, and it's sort of chromium, but we won't tell her, okay? Because she won't like that, but that is all done. The hatch is on. Being new, she's a little bit tight, but yeah, she's all in there. Same. No final Sikaflex, but the hold up is this mold piece here. As aluminium parts go, overworking and overstretching it and overmoving it and crumping it, twisting it and turning it and everything like that, the bottom bit snapped. So, yeah, we really gonna have to find something like this to replace it all the way up over there. Plus the fridge isn't done, and all the Sikaflexing and stuff like that around the van, which I'm gonna do, because obviously it was a very minimalistic sort of approach by Leader with the Sikaflex side of things. So we've got to fix that as well, plus get it roadworthy and get it on the road. And that's what we wanted to do on this video, was get it fully functional, roadworthy, and actually on the road. And with quite a lot still to do and finalise, we start checking off the list ready for the roadworthy, which, yeah, doesn't actually go to plan. We failed bloody roadworthy, which is a massive pain in my Pinocchio. But we'll have to come back to that shortly, as the first thing we wanted to check off was the part we actually neglected from the start and really unsure how to fix, and that is the fridge. But lucky for us, we had the same fridge in the other Caravan, so we used that to our advantage, taking both fridges out of the Caravans and swapping parts from one to the other till we can get this one working. But this is where my luck ran out. No matter what I did, this fridge was dead. So all of this, what Freckles endured,
Oh my fucking god.
the smells, the taste,
Was that chicken breast?
the lingering odors,
That was moving.
was all for nothing. And as I looked for a replacement, someone was a teeny weeny little bit annoyed. But I still had one ace up my sleeve. Facebook Marketplace. Huh? We found a fridge on Facebook Marketplace exactly as other two we've got there. One that doesn't work and one that's got to go back in the Wonderland. But look, what are the odds? The Caravan gods were on our side, sort of. Like, if they were really on our side, it would have made that one work. But, you know, I'm optimistic. But, you know, this one's had a little bit of an accident. It's fallen out of the cavity and she was claimed under a warranty claim. So this one's sort of, I wouldn't say defective, but, you know, the fascia's not that great. So we've got to swap a heap of parts from that one and put it on here to make it nice and, you know, pretty to go back into the hole over there. But are you happy, Frank? Are you happy?
I would have been happy if that one worked.
Yeah, I know. And then we wouldn't have had to waste $800
And our time and effort to go pick it up.
to buy this thing. But anyway, you know, you gotta roll with the punches. Another $800 goes to the budget. And yeah, we're gonna put this one together and punch it back in the hole. And lucky for me, the fridge actually worked. And if it didn't, Frecky was ready to castrate me. But that does mean we've ticked off one thing and on to the next, which is now to sort out this mess, the awning. And fingers crossed it's nice and easy because we've got brand new replacement parts. So first up, we have to mount this lower bracket. So after measuring and finding the right spot, we drill the 2 bolt holes, run a nice bead of sealer behind where it'd be fixated and around the holes as well. And yeah, sealer isn't my forte, so please, no judgment. And then it was simply mounting the bracket up and bolting the leg all back together. And that should be a nice, simple, easy job, all done. Now we should be able to roll it out for the first time after the crash. And hopefully there's no further damage. This bloody awning, look at the holes. There's holes in it. Yeah, I was absolutely gutted. Oh, I'm so disheartened now. This thing is kicking our butt. First with the fridge, now with the frickin' awning. Oh, we got daylight. And they're not just little holes, they're decent sized holes. Oh, they're big holes. Big holes. I don't know. What is it? 3. 1, 2, 3. I reckon it's happened off that little awning clippy thing there, I reckon, and it's come down and rubbed against that, I reckon. We might be up for a freaking awning. Bloody hell. It is what it is, all right.
We just gotta keep on keeping on.
The bank balance isn't gonna like that answer. So now we've got 3 holes in our awning. After paying a few $100s for replacement legs and brackets, it really does feel like our good luck has run out. And now we're stuck in bad luck territory, which comes apparent where we actually go for the roadworthy.
So, we did pass roadworthy, huh?
Yeah, nah, we failed bloody roadworthy, which is a massive pain in my Pinocchio, but anyway, it is what it is. You've got to keep these things safe on the road, and we only failed by 2 minor things and 1 major thing. So you're probably wondering why it failed? Yeah, this is the first one. Wheel bearing, no bueno. Breakaway, no bueno. And then we got the major one, which is, I thought was a factory sort of arrangement with these little belted out bits here, but apparently not. This is supposed to be all flat. So this is the major one, which is this hitch sort of area. So we've got to make them flat. And this is 3 to 4 mil thick steel. So this is going to be a challenge. So yeah, we've got some more work to do. When we thought we were at the end of it, it keeps piling on. So let's get bloody to it. So first up, we actually knock out the easy one, the wheel bearing. So off with the wheel, the dust cap, and the split pin. And to my shock horror, to find out why this wheel was so loose. The crown nut was less than finger tight. But hey, while I was there, I inspected the bearing anyway, gave it a nice little clean up, and repacked it anyway. Then I put it all back together with the correct crown nut tension, and then that was one job checked off. Now the easy job was out of the way, it was time to tackle something a lot more complicated. The drawbar, which will require a lot of work and painting. So all of this, I think we're gonna have to remove. So off comes the jockey wheel, these 2 safety chains, the breakaway, which was actually broken anyway, the new DO35, which we just test fitted up, both these 2 gas bottles, the gas bottle holder brackets, and the bike rack. Alrighty, now we get to move on to the exciting part, which is this frame repair. Well, I wouldn't really call it a frame repair. It's more of a little massage, I think. So down here, Freck, down here, we've got to move these big dent things back into line here and stuff like that. And the only way to do that is with hot stuff, heat. So we went out and bought some Hot Devil. And yeah, have I ever done this before? Yeah, no. Have I seen someone do this before? No. Have I watched the YouTube and makes me a Boilermaker expert on the situation now? Not really. But you never know until you give it a go. So what we're going to do is apply a little bit of heat to this, try to use the porta power to sway it back across. Any welds that sort of come undone we'll stitch up, and then we're going to make this nice and pretty. So let's get into it. So this process was simple. Heat up the metal with the blowtorch enough where the porta power or the hammer can beat it back into place, just like the demo right here. But that was definitely easier said than done.
Hot, she's steaming.
More heat. It took a lot. I mean, a lot of pumping, pushing, bashing, and obviously cursing.
Oh, you're right.
To even make a small change in this bloody thick metal. But after many, many hours, we were starting to make a bit of progress. And once I got it to the point where I was happy, we looked at strengthening the hitch area with some new welding caps. So to prepare the area, we grabbed the grinder to do a quick cleanup, then out comes the welder to seal the deal. Then again, out comes the grinder with a finishing disc to knock off the top of the welds. Then we grab the DA center to smooth everything out, ready for the 2 coats of primer. And after 2 hours of curing time for the primer, we do a quick little sand off and then finish it with a top coat of paint. And not to toot my own horn or butter my own biscuit, I think this come out pretty damn well. For someone that can't weld or fabricate, oh, I'm absolutely chuffed. But what do you guys think? Throw me a comment below. Now, having been so chuffed about how the drawbar turned out, we booked the roadworthy again for the next day. But in the meantime, we did receive a phone call for the final part for this caravan. This bloody J-Meld, which turns out to be a patented part by Supreme and Leader Caravans. So it was an absolute headache to try to get. But now we did have it, we strapped it down to the cruiser and headed back to the shed to fit it up and hopefully to receive some much needed good news the next day. Oh, I'm excited, but I've got to contain myself. Oh, this is a good day, but check it out. This is all back together. It's all looking nice and fresh. I know the color's off a little bit, but you know, I don't know if there's a mixture up on the can spraying or whatever, but it sort of looks like our cabinetry over there, our storage cabinets over there. So see, yeah. But anyway, I like that color. What do you reckon? And they come up bloody mint. Look at that. But exciting times. Look at this. We got roadworthy and gas certificate. Oh, yeah. So that means we can get this thing registered, but we sort of prematurely booked a little getaway in this thing already, so we can get away, take it on its maiden voyage and test it all out and everything like that. But first of all, let's go get some plates. Now here's me, thinking all the bad is now behind us. Walking into Queensland Transport, roadie in hand, nothing can spoil this moment. Well, except the lady behind the counter now telling me I need another inspection done. And that inspection is a HAVRAS report, which is a measure and check for unregistered heavy vehicles and trailers coming into Queensland. So as I walk out of Queensland Transport, tail between the legs, Freckles got on the phone and booked one for that afternoon, as we had already booked our maiden voyage, which was supposed to be the next day. And with the inspection booked for 1 PM, we could still get back to Queensland Transport in time to get it registered. Well, that was until the inspector rang up, canned the appointment after the inspection time. Yep, we got kicked in the guts once again. But like they say, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Well, what can I say? She's been a rough week and a half with everything going on, from the bloody Dometic fridge to not getting it roadworthy and having to do extra work. But that's not the only thing that sort of pushed us back a bit. Old little Frecky has busted her wing. Do you want to tell the good people at home what you actually did?
Yeah, so I was climbing up a few boxes. It was probably about 2.5 to 3 meters high, and there was a little friend up on top of one of the boxes.
This little friend.
And yeah, so I got a big fright and decided to run in mid-air and fell flat on my, not on my face, but on my arm, basically.
So basically she's done a Usain Bolt off the top of the boxes and then face planted with her elbow breaking the fall, and fractured an elbow. Hey, yeah, it wasn't good. It's been a bit of a rough ride, and I've been scheduled or rostered into domestic duties to actually, take up the slack from Steph not actually doing a lot around here. She does a lot, guys. She's not on camera all the time, but she does a lot. Don't you, Frecky? Don't you, Frecky?
Getting some credit here, wow.
But it didn't stop us from actually getting this project done. Like, look at it now. It's an absolute weapon of a little caravan. New actual jack itself and all the actual stuff that we done on here, the bike rack. The solar system actually in the van itself is an absolute weapon. Out here it's just pumping in. So a lot of people are starting to say, what are we going to do with this caravan now it's finished? Well, and that brings us up to this point right here. What did we do with the caravan? Did we sell it? Did we keep it? And how much profit did we make out of it? Well, we'll start off with the actual figures first. And as you know, the van cost us $40,500. And if you add in the auction house fees, inspections, all the new parts and everything else, roadworthiness and everything, it put us in a total of just under $50,000, which actually isn't too bad, because at that time these vans were getting marketed for about $68,000 to the high side $75,000. So we had to make a bit of a choice. Did we sell it or did we keep it? And in the hindsight, we did the stupid thing and actually sold it. We love that van and we should have kept that van, but we actually did sell it. So I actually listed it on Marketplace for the low side of $68,000, and after a week it didn't really move because it was a bit of a soft market, so I put it back down to $65,000, and then we got a cash offer from Interstate for 60 grand and we accepted. But like I said, that was stupid. We should have actually kept it, but anyway, you live and learn, and hopefully we have the opportunity to build another rebuild caravan just like this one. But that does wrap us up. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you watch this one up here. But like always, thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.